Let's get the exposure down to a comfortably freaky level. See how we look in some lighting. So yeah, compared to even just a couple weeks ago, you know, the striations on the side delts are certainly fading. But that lack of vascularity, holy shit. It's a fucking, dude, it's a fucking bowling ball. Sick. Yeah, so that trade-off of, you know, a little bit less striations, not as freaky looking purely on the surface level, you know, that's in exchange for, you know, diabolical fullness. Oh, dude, my shoulders are so pumped I can't even really reach behind my back to do a good side tricep. Oh my goodness. But yeah. So now cable press, you know, yay far apart, bend over and just, you know, really try to squeeze. Whenever I do any kind of pressing with cables, and I would assume the same thing would work for you, but I guess you got to try it to find out. But I don't like pressing with the cables like this. If I'm holding onto the handles and I'm pressing like this, I feel like I get a lot of front delt activation, you know, and I'm hitting chest. So I don't want anything to come into play more than it has to. So when I do these presses, I like to have my hands facing each other, if not maybe even a little bit upwards, just so I can only feel my chest firing. But let's do one here and see how it feels. Okay, a little lighter than that. I mean, a little heavier than that. But don't just do the same fucking routine, right? Change it up a little bit. And taking that to another level, if there's a movement which you don't think you really like, or if you haven't done it for a while because last time you tried it, you didn't like it, fuck man, throw it back into the routine, right? Worst case scenario, you do one set, or maybe you even do just a couple of reps and then stop the set because you say to yourself, okay, that feels like shit. I'm not going to do that row machine again. But best case scenario, whoa, holy fuck, I've never squeezed my lats this, well, I've never felt this part of my lat burning before, right? You know, it's never going to be a detrimental activity to try something new, right? The worst thing you have to lose is maybe a couple minutes of time. And best thing is maybe you find a new fucking movement, which is like your, you know, new current favorite lat pull down or something. If you get what I'm saying there. If you're really on your phone for a while and you're actually invested in something on the phone mid-workout that isn't just, you know, your normal music or, you know, whatever you're just kind of listening to, I do think it's kind of taken away from your focus. The lift itself, your individual sets should take 100% of your mental capacity. Like, I can't remember the last time I did a set where I was thinking about anything else except for that one set right in that moment. But in between, you know, a little chit chat, it's no problem, as long as you can actually get in the zone and make sure your sets are hard. So I've been meaning to bring in like a mirror, like with sticky pads or something, and put it on the wall so that I could see my reflection of my reflection and make on the fly adjustments like that. That'll kind of help you pose better. If you care about all this lifting shit, then you're probably going to be constantly looking at yourself shirtless, taking pictures or whatever. So if you're concerned about your posing, who gives a shit? But actually, contrary to that little state, you kind of do give a shit. You want to look cool. So I don't know, just try to copy what other people do. You know, I remember I used to do my side chest real kind of closed in like this, but now you know, it's gradually kind of improving. Whatever. The longer you do it, the better you'll get at it. Just focus on trying to get big instead of looking big, right? Like, if you're spending as much time editing your pictures as you are actually working out to get big for the picture, I think you've lost track. But you got to think, right? You can hit your back, lats biased, doing pull downs, and then the other way you can move your fucking body is by doing a you know, a row pulling kind of towards your, I guess towards your front rather than towards your top, if you get what I'm saying. But, you know, any kind of other variation, like different pull down machines or hammer strength rows and stuff like that, it's all just variations of that specific movement. You know, do your lats know that you're doing a single arm cable pull down versus a normal straight bar pull down? You know, it's just all about fucking tension. So as long as you do some pull down based movements plus some rows, and you yourself can feel a legit squeeze, then, you know, do whatever movements those are. I'll use some row machines, like some kind of fancy hammer strength ones, you know, where it's like a big arch and it's like a kind of scooping kind of action and all that fancy fucking engineering. And I'm like, I'd rather just do a fucking regular cable row. So don't, I guess the point I'm trying to make is don't get dazzled by fancy looking new fancy cool movements that you see somebody post. Like, the basics are going to work just fucking fine. You know, just because you're doing something and you are getting some results does not mean that that's the best way to go about it for you specifically. You know, this is a very, I'd say, fundamental key aspect of a lifter who can make progress over a very long period of time. I'm talking years. It's being able to reflect on his own situation, look at his own kinds of training and diet and workout splits and exercise style and stuff like that, and being able to try new things and make those decisions specifically based on his own situation and build and everything else. You know, if you just listen to a random cookie cutter plan that someone else said, how do you fucking know if that's going to work for you? Right? You got to try this shit out for yourself. To do something with your own hands and to see the results that come from it is going to give you an exponentially deeper understanding of what you're doing than just listening to someone tell you how to do it. Now, quads, my training methodology with quads, I think I've found a way that I like to hit them, or that I really like to hit them. So I used to do a single huge set of squats to start quads, and then I'd back off and do some more leg extension volume, sometimes some pendulum squat or hack squat if it's available. But I think that was just a bit of a waste of energy, you know? Like, one set of squats with, like, you know, up in the 500s, it fucking gasses me. It tires out my whole system, you know? And relative to the amount of stimulus I'm getting in my quads, you know, I think it's a good set, right? I'm loading my quads up to hell. But I think I'd be better off going a little lighter, still hitting failure, but with lighter weight, I'll be able to do a few more quality working sets. Because after one of those sets of squats, like, my whole system is so fatigued. Plus, my adductors get extra sore because they're not super strong. And then, you know, I'm done. I can't even squat. I couldn't even squat the same weight for probably even half the reps.